You are welcome to today's session. So today we have this question on the board to solve. Now the question wants us to find angle XQT. Or is it angle XQT? So this small angle over here. That is what the question wants us to find. So now how do we go about with it? Now let's look at it. Realize that this angle that we are supposed to find is within a certain triangle. So we are looking at triangle, that is TQR. But how do we go about with it? Now let's look at something over here. This line, this one, it's a chord. And one of the theorems under circle theorem says that when you have a chord and it subtends at the circumference of a circle, and if that same chord subtends at another different part of the circumference of the circle, the angles are the same. If that is the case, then that means that this angle here with the same chord will give this side to be also 35. So that being said, what it means is that you have 35 over here. Let me use a different color because of that theorem. Now, if that is the case, you now have this triangle here. That is T, then you have R, then we have Q. All right, if this side is 35 and this side is 25, you can represent this side by M. All right, so the whole of this side, we are saying that let it be M. Now, if that is the case, you have 35 plus 25 plus M equal to 180 degrees. When you put it together, that will give you 60 degrees plus M equal to 180. All right, so M will be equal to 180 degrees minus 60. M is equal to 120. Now, meaning that the whole of this side is equal to 120. However, what we are looking for is just a portion of the 120 at this side. So how do we go about it? Now, another theorem also says that when you have a diameter, that is, it passes through the center of the circle from one point of the circumference to the other point of passing through the center is the diameter. When it subtends at the circumference of a circle, it actually gives you 90 degrees. If that is the case, then that means that from the whole of this side is 90. So what it means is that angle PQS is equal to 90 degrees. Now watch it. You see that the whole of this side, okay, angle PQS plus angle SQR should give you that is 180 degrees when you put them together. Why? Because it's the sum of angles on a straight line giving you 190. So if this side is 90, all right, then that means that this side should also give you 90. So 90, 90, all right. You can just let me skip this side. So I'm now explaining to you why it's 90. When you do change of subject, you get this one to be 90. Now, if that becomes the case, what it means is that the whole of this side, let's say that you can represent it by, let's say T. The whole of this side, we've already found it to be 120. So it will be 120 degrees plus, so 120 degrees equal to T plus the 90 degrees. Then you move this one to this side, giving 120 degrees minus 90 equal to T. When you deduct, what do you have? You have 30 degrees equal to T. Now this T, that is what we represented by this one. Therefore, angle SQT is equal to 30 degrees. Then you